And now, Effective Communication with Phil Zeller, CEO, Dale Carnegie, Southwest Michigan.
Question for you. Do you want to sound more credible? Do you want people to buy in, to actually listen to you and say, you know what, that makes sense. I should think about that. I should do something about that. Phil Zeller, Effective Communication. It is an honor and a privilege to be here with you. I don't know. Have you gotten in lately on this tariff discussion? I mean, it's amazing how many people are talking about tariffs. You know, I've heard more about tariffs this year around the world when I travel than I have in all of my econ classes put together in college and in high school, because I took business econ in high school as well. But it's amazing how all of a sudden everybody's got an opinion on tariffs, and the challenge is they're going off of one econ class they took back in college or high school thinking, yeah, I'm ready for this conversation. Bring on the tariff conversation. I took an econ class. I don't remember what year it was, but I did, right? Well, you need to get set for this debate, because if you've decided to get involved with this conversation on tariffs, you're probably quickly realizing that you might get a little flat-footed when you get in the conversation, because you know what, you're talking about something you probably really haven't spent a lot of time working on and studying, but it doesn't stop people from talking about it, right? But the reality is today, what we want to talk about is your credibility, because there's a lot of people talking. It says talk, but have they earned the right? You know, that's what Dale Carnegie always said. Did they earn the right? Have they studied it? Do they have a lot of experience working with it? Or are they just going off the cuff and making something because they saw some soundbite created by AI on the internet? I love it. Artificial intelligence working its magic out there. You know, 80% of the publications, most of the stuff we read on the internet, almost all that stuff is computer generated these days, and people are taking it as gospel, and you're thinking, whoa, come on now, let's be a little more credible. So I tell you what, here's a way you can go. Rather than being caught talking about tariffs when you haven't studied them and you don't understand econ because you weren't even an econ major, I want you to stop for a moment and make your life easier. You don't have to go down that road, and you can hold on to your credibility. What you want to do, what you really want to do in these situations with any topic to show your credibility, is not fly off the cuff and start talking about something you don't know about, but rather ask yourself this first question. Why do I care about this topic? Why do I care? Like take, for instance, tariffs. Why do you care about tariffs? Maybe you do, maybe you don't, but if you're talking about them, obviously there's something you care about. So what is it that you care about tied to tariffs? Is it what they are? It's what they do. It's who's doing them. What is it? So what is it that you care about? Ask yourself that first question, please. Please. This is your credibility at stake here. This is your reputation. Ask yourself, why are you talking about it? So there's a starting point for you. That's a great place to start in any conversation, is ask yourself, why do I care about this topic, and why would I talk about it? So if you start there, now you can start thinking about your life, and you can start thinking about your experiences, and what have you been through, and what have you studied, and what have you done that relates to this? Because as Dale Carnegie said, your life is full of experiences, and those are where you pull your opinions from. So when you think about your experiences and all the things that you've been through, and then you hear a topic like tariffs, what you really ought to be asking yourself again is, why do I care about the topic based upon the experiences that I've had? So what have I read? What have I seen? What do I know? And where am I coming at this topic? Am I talking about specifically what they are, or who's talking about them, or how it affects my income, or what am I really concerned about? So make sure you bring it back to you and start there, from where you're coming from. So based upon what you've experienced is then, you know, through that experience, you have some form of evidence that shaped the way you feel about tariffs or anything else, because you personally have gone through some things that made you have an understanding how things worked out. So based upon real solid evidence of what you've experienced, now you can talk about it, right? Now, there's a lot of forms of evidence. There's demonstrations that you can use for evidence. There's examples you can use. There's facts you can use. You can even use exhibits. You see that a lot in the court of law. You know, people bring Exhibit A, Exhibit B. You can bring exhibits. You can make analogies back to things that you know that the person you're talking to understands. You could talk about testimonials, what you've heard other people specifically say and why they said it, giving credence to what you believe and why you believe it. And also, too, you can leverage statistics. But all these are forms of evidence that help you to make your case. So again, rather than just talking about anything off the cuff, ask yourself, why do I care about the topic first? And based upon why you care about it, it's from your experience. And from that experience, you can pull the evidence. And now you can talk about stuff, and people are going to want to listen to you. So you're not just another talking head out there. Because if you do use credible evidence to make your point versus just conjecture like all these talking heads are doing, it will make you sound more credible and thus more respectable by other people. Now go make it happen.